Welcome to the next episode of our fishing series. In today's episode, we'll join a fishing trip along a river with some experienced home anglers. A couple heads into the woods to set up camp. They ride bicycles while pulling a cart loaded with supplies. Distracted by filming and chatting with her husband, the wife accidentally rolls down a slope. Luckily, she didn't fall into the river. They decide to set up their tent right there.
Absolutely perfect, it does. So this is a spot we've picked for the first night. Bit of a drop, probably about, I don't know, 50. A fish on the first night, be absolutely wonderful. So this is a kit we got for the sign.
Let's check out what bait they're using. Oh, they're using corn and tiger nuts as bait. It seems the wife had a pretty painful fall, leaving her with scratches on her leg. But thankfully no broken bones, or else the fishing trip would have been ruined.
Yeah, you're no point laughing, sweetheart. Another half hour, we'll be swarming with flies. You can probably make out, it's nice and windy. Shaz relaxing, chilling out. Cycling, and she's been for a run as well. The first one of the cycle trip.
The night has fallen, let's see what they've caught. A giant carp. It probably weighs around 10 kilograms. It looks impressive with its shiny fins glowing in the darkness of the night. The first day ended wonderfully, giving them a peaceful night. Night has fallen, so let's see what they've caught. A gigantic carp. This one must weigh about 10 kilograms. It looks absolutely stunning, with its shiny fins glistening in the dark night. The first day ends on a high note, and they can rest peacefully.
These to be precise. So yeah, I just wasn't enjoying yourself, love.
Hope you get a fish tonight.
On the final day, they decided to return to the original fishing spot, which seemed to be the place with the most fish. As the saying goes, success requires the right combination of the right time, the right place, and harmony.
I'm going to cycle to where Cotto's. Let's get on the bike and let's get to. And I'm out of breath, but we're back at the.
On the final day, they decide to return to their original fishing spot, which seems to have the most fish. As the saying goes, for success you need the right timing. The right location and harmony among people.
Go on, get in out there.
Yeah. What? First night, during the night, and then like this one going scale perfect. Pristine.
The fish seem irresistibly drawn to the bait. With the first cast, a carp bites immediately. It didn't take much effort to reel it in. The fish seemed to slowly swim into the net as if under a spell.
Lovely.
It's about 33, 34 pounds. I'm going to weigh it now. Big old chunky. It's not took much.
Continuing with the fishing trip, let's follow a father and son duo, both skilled anglers who specialize in lake fishing.
Oh my God, he's gonna get Luke here with CaptainCarp.com, and
After a few hours of driving, the family finally arrived at the lake. They jumped onto a white motorboat, which had a sturdy engine, and headed straight to the center of the lake.
so we've got about 7 feet of water here, and then it quickly stationary in the water.
It was a scorching day. Look at the temperature. It was about 94 degrees Fahrenheit on the surface of the water. Incredible. With the water so warm, it's likely that there were very few fish near the surface. Most of them would be deep near the bottom of the lake.
And then it quickly drops down to about 20 feet. The front, then reverse the boat back up, stretching out 60 feet of rope. And then I pull in the front rope.
Starting with the bait preparation, there were plenty of ingredients that looked very appetizing. The materials included breadcrumbs, strawberry gelatin powder, and corn kernels.
Gonna drain.
First, they poured the breadcrumbs into a bowl and mixed them with the strawberry gelatin powder. After stirring it well, they added canned corn and mixed it thoroughly. It took 3 cans of corn to make enough bait.
Right in there like that. Okay?
To further enhance the scent and attract carp, he prepared a bottle of strong, fruity flavoring. With such visually appealing and fragrant bait, it was certain that hungry fish would come quickly.
I'm missing one of my fake corns, and I forgot on the hook. It doesn't work as good, but it can still just put corn on a hook and go get.
The rods were cast. He set up 3 rods at once in a spot about 3 meters deep, where most of the fish were likely to gather.
So I've got kind of the whole keeps eating the bait, and
as the sunset painted the sky, the water of the lake seemed to cool down, and the boys happily jumped in for a swim. It must have been such a refreshing experience.
Fun?
Look, one of the rods is moving. A fish has taken the bait. Judging by the weight and the tension as he reeled it in, it seemed like a big and heavy fish. The boy, thrilled, quickly grabbed the net to help his father. A catfish weighing about 5 kilograms was pulled out of the water, its mouth still hooked, looking quite impressive. Shortly after, a 3-kilogram carp was scooped up with the net. What a fantastic fishing trip for the father and his 2 sons. Whether it was carp or catfish, the final result was a beautiful haul and a perfectly relaxing day.
Now you notice I'm moderately softer and wet to put them on is a nice. Here we go. Whoa. Fish, and it's time to go home. Gonna get these little.
Let's dive into the next chapter of our fishing adventure at the lake with the guy trying out his homemade cereal bait. It's a bait he crafted himself. Let's see what's in his bait. He prepared a mix consisting of cornmeal, bird feed, mashed sweet potatoes, soaked rice husks, and fermented duck eggs. This mixture was combined with cereal powder. Additionally, he added some fermented liquid to the mix. The smell must be absolutely pungent and awful. Now, we have a mixture with a full spectrum of stinky, sour, and rotten scents, designed to attract fish in the most effective way.
Anh trộn nước đánh thôi, đánh được. Còn tối thì ông bạn của mình mới ra. Cano thì nó chủ yếu là xuống cho.
The lake was calm and still. After nearly 20 minutes of silence, the float suddenly dipped sharply. "A fish is biting," he shouted excitedly. Firmly gripping his fishing rod, he could feel the intense struggle from the other end of the line. This was no small fish. It was thrashing with enormous strength, desperately trying to free itself from the sharp hook. "Oh my gosh, it's huge!" everyone around exclaimed. The carp weighed nearly 5 kilograms, its long body covered in fine, shimmering scales that gleamed like gold. About 5 minutes later, "Come on, just a little more," he muttered to himself. Finally, with a strong and decisive pull, he hauled the giant carp out of the water. Yet another impressive catch.
Bạn ơi, nè. Đã quá bạn ơi. Ok. Không ai. 4,3 các bạn ơi. Em cầm ra coi nó có đúng chỗ nhỏ chưa. Đã quá bạn ơi.
On the third day, starting at 5 a.m., his fishing rod flickered like a traffic light signaling that a fish had taken the bait. He immediately reeled in an approximately 800-gram catfish.
Các bạn.
As daylight fully broke, he managed to pull in another fish, a sizable mriggle carp this time.
Rồi nè, gần ký các bạn. Cá trâu trắng nha các bạn.
As the sun grew hotter, his rod buzzed again and another fish bit the bait. However, it turned out to be a smaller mriggle carp.
Trâu nhỏ, nửa ký à.
By the end of the day, his fishing session wrapped up without any large catches, leaving him with a total of 8 kilograms of smaller fish.
Quay tận cảnh nhau nè.
The next fishing journey is an intense battle of wits at a service fishing lake. Before fishing, the most critical and meticulous preparation is making the bait. Let's see how he prepares the bait and what ingredients he uses. He pours a pack of frozen bait into a small bowl, sprinkles 2 tablespoons of shrimp powder on top, and adds 2 caps of fishy-smelling flavoring. Then he mixes in some bear powder to enhance the scent's appeal to fish. Water is added to bind the mixture, which is rolled into small balls.
Tại vì hồ này cũng chuyên vô khá là nhiều nên là sẽ đấy. Bút rồi giấu vào, vuốt một lượt thôi.
After 20 minutes of casting the bait, the sky begins to pour rain heavily. Though slightly challenging, the rain doesn't discourage the passionate anglers. On the contrary, rain provides a golden opportunity for fishing because it increases oxygen levels in the water, making fish more active and eager to find bait.
Chuyển sang câu cá chép xem sao.
Quyết định thay lần.
Chào anh em nhé.
Just as predicted, the rod jerked suddenly, and a fish had taken the bait. He was caught off guard, barely able to react in time. The fish was incredibly strong and even managed to pull another rod into the water. It seemed as though he used every ounce of his strength to reel in the fish. The rod bent like a bow, nearly touching the lake's surface. After 10 minutes of back and forth struggle, he finally managed to pull a 5-kilogram fish into the net. Fishing in the rain seems to be quite exhausting, yet he managed to catch 3 more fish in subsequent attempts.
Cái hồ này cũng tương đối mới. Ăn một con này đi vào. Ăn một. Tí. Roi gì roi cứ 60 một con. Tiếp theo à? Cái này chép nó
Subscribe to our channel to follow our exciting and thrilling fishing adventures. We'll bring you entertaining moments and inspire your passion for fishing. Don't forget to like and comment if you have any questions. We're always here to answer them for you.
Đây. Sân kiếm thế ạ 2. Có 5 con này nhé. 5 con thôi.